This episode of TechnoBuffalo is brought to you by Full Sail University. What's up, everyone? It feels good to be back in the Ask the Buffalo chair. I am your host, John Rettinger, and this is the show where you can ask me any question you've got from the wide world of technology, or even sometimes outside of it. If you want to ask a personal question, you want something about gaming, cell phones, tablets, this is the place you do it. And how do you ask those questions? You say, well, every Tuesday on TechnoBuffalo.com, you put up an article saying, ask your questions. You can do that in the comments. Otherwise, you can tweet them to me anytime at John4Lakers or at TechnoBuffalo. Just use the hashtag AskTheBee. Up this week, we're going to talk about iPhone 6, some next-gen gaming consoles, or I guess current-gen gaming consoles, and some personal questions. This is Ask the Buffalo. Let's start asking the Buffalo. The first question comes from Twitter. User @PhillipsKid asks, @John4Lakers, what would you like to see in the iPhone 6? That's a good question. I'd really like to see one thing in the iPhone 6, bigger. Please make it bigger. Rumors have been circulating about 2 different iPhone sizes. Allegedly, Apple's going to drop the plastic iPhone 5C in favor of a 4.5 to 4.7 inch iPhone and a giant 5.5 inch iPhone. I wouldn't think Apple's going to jump that big to the 5.5 inches, but I do think a 4.5 to 4.7 makes perfect sense. I think to say this like a broken record every year with iOS, but in addition to a bigger phone size, I'd also like to see some sort of quick notifications, a fast way to see my information. Windows Phone has the awesome live tiles. Android, of course, has really customizable widgets to make the phone your own experience. Apple really doesn't have that. You kind of have to open the app, have to go to Notification Center, sort of see that quick information. I love a way to do that somehow from the home screen. So those are my real wish lists for the iPhone 6. A new design would be nice too. I think the iPhone 5, iPhone 5S design is getting a little bit on the stale side. Improved camera, probably improved speed, but bigger and improved design and a new OS would make me quite the happy fellow. This one's kind of a company question. It comes from user @09sRoyal, @John4Lakers. Where do you see TechnoBuffalo in 5 to 10 years' time? How big a part of it do you plan to be? That's a really interesting question. You never know what the future holds. And certainly I hope that TechnoBuffalo is here in 5 to 10 years. Certainly we've been working really hard over the past 4 to 5 years, sort of built a foundation for the future. There aren't that many independent tech sites out there anymore. Most are owned by larger companies. So it's been fun to sort of build an independent brand. I hope to still be involved. You know, right now I'm 33. In 10 years I'm going to be 43. I hope that's still young enough to be relevant in the industry. But I hope that TechnoBuffalo continues to grow. I've really sort of strived to grow TechnoBuffalo to be the voice of the consumer. We don't have giant millions and millions of dollars like a CBS style budget. We just have what we work with. We work to try and bring you the best content we have, and everything else is secondary. We're the voice of the consumer. We're just like you, love technology, and we have the opportunity to write and talk about it and put it on videos. I hope we continue to grow that. And I really hope, and my goal is that when people think of technology or want to know about a product, the first place they think to go is TechnoBuffalo. We've been growing pretty significantly over the past few years when it comes to traffic, but we're still a new company, so we've got a lot of the market share, and I really hope over the next 5 to 10 years we can get that mind share. So hopefully that helped answer your question. Let's go from personal to gaming. User @CKV_1996 asks, what next-gen gaming console do you own, and what would you say is good about it? So at the office, we have both the Xbox and the PS4, and of course we have the Nintendo Wii U as well at home. I currently have a Wii U and a PlayStation 4. I've always had Xbox consoles. I've always gamed on the Xbox consoles. I always preferred the controller. This generation kind of threw me for a loop. I really, really like the controller on the PlayStation 4, and in all honesty, with the son at home, I haven't had that much time to play that many games, although I did play the really, really awesome, and I'm kind of embarrassed to admit it, but the Lego Marvel game was absolutely awesome, and that was really the only game I played totally through. So I'm actually using my PS4 almost exclusively for streaming, whether I'm watching Netflix or Amazon or Hulu or Vudu, which is a great way to watch movies. I found it's really, really quick. The content sort of queues up right away. There's no really big, long buffer time. It starts playing. Quality improves as it goes along, but it's really, really fast. I just use the Apple TV only for that. Certainly the PS4 has way better specs. So it's been a more seamless experience, but I found the more I use it, the more I'm hating the battery life on the controller. I watched 2 episodes of House of Cards, and suddenly my fully charged controller is almost all the way down to 1 bar or less. So I'm considering picking up an Xbox One it sounds kind of silly to say to use an Xbox One for streaming, because I don't have to worry about a controller. I can just say Xbox on, I can wave my hand to launch Netflix. I don't like that I gotta have Kinect sort of there and staring at me and the always on. It still creeps me out. But that was sort of a long answer to how I'm using my consoles. The Wii U, I still really have a soft spot for Nintendo. I love the Mario games. I'm looking forward to trying Donkey Kong. I can't wait till Mario Kart comes out and next-gen Zelda. But I haven't had much time to play the Wii U. It's sort of gathering dust over the past few months. Hopefully that helped answer your question. Let me take a quick break from the questions to thank our friends and sponsors at Full Sail University. You probably know the app industry is on fire right now. You can't pick up a newspaper without seeing the new mobile app millionaire. And Full Sail University's online mobile development bachelor's degree program can teach you the skill set you need to cash in on that, take advantage of those emerging opportunities. In this degree, you'll learn both the programming and business sides of mobile development so that you can concept, develop, deploy, and market an application from start to finish. You can explore all the advanced programming languages, visual frameworks, usability principles, and app developments for both iOS and Android. Through Full Sail University's Project Launchbox, students receive a free MacBook Pro loaded with all the industry software they need, plus iOS and Android devices to test all them crazy new apps. If you have an idea for an app and you're ready to master all of that stuff that goes into it, you can go ahead and check out fullsail.edu/TechnoBuffalo to learn more about this online degree program. Again, that's fullsail.edu/TechnoBuffalo. Now back to the video. Next question comes from TechSebF1 at John4Lakers. My question is, hi, how are you? Well, that's a nice question, thank you. I'm actually doing pretty well. I'm happy. I've got a nice family. It's beautiful weather in Southern California. I have really nothing to complain about. How are you? This one, a bit of a personal question. At Waterworther asks, at John4Lakers, what keeps you motivated? For me, what keeps me motivated is really my love for technology. I know that sounds like kind of a corny, canned answer, but I love technology. I love seeing what's coming out next. I love reading about technology. I love the opportunity to play with stuff. It's such an incredible privilege. The fact that I get to come every day and see what's new really, really keeps me going. Aside from that, the ability to sort of keep TechnoBuffalo moving and growing. I have people that rely on me for their jobs and their livelihoods. So that's a real big motivating factor. When you start talking about other people's lives and food on their tables, that gets me up in the morning. That gets me up in the morning really, really quickly to get into the office. But really, I love technology. I'm really competitive. I think any entrepreneur at heart is really competitive. And sort of the drive to get TechnoBuffalo to be the best that I know it can be really keeps me going every single day. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. It's good to be back in the Ask the Buffalo chair. Again, if you want to leave questions every Tuesday, an article on technobuffalo.com, or use Twitter, send it to me at John4Lakers or at TechnoBuffalo. Just use hashtag AskTheBee. Until next week, I am John Rettinger. I'll see you guys in the next video. What's up, everyone? Thank you for watching that video. If you want to see more of the latest and greatest tech news, you can subscribe to our main TechnoBuffalo channel by clicking the button right down below in my pants region, or click on the buttons to your right to see more videos.